Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Pensacola, Florida, Five Flags Speedway. Wednesday night, late model action, Racing for a Cause, brought to you by Racing for a Cause TV. I'm your host, Chris Legue, and joining me as always, Rick Hammond Jr. How you doing tonight, Rick?
Hey, Chris, happy Wednesday, buddy. We made it halfway through the week. I am excited for this five flags race. I've been waiting for it all day, and I can't wait until these guys hit the track. How are you doing?
Buddy, I am doing awesome, and just like you, I am waiting to see some racing action. The practice should be just about over. I want to give a shout out to those watching already, and I understand Rick was a little quiet Monday night's broadcast. So, guys, if you could just let me know if we can hear Rick pretty decent tonight. If we can't, we'll make adjustments as we go. And again, I want to welcome you to Pensacola, Florida, Five Flags Speedway tonight for 100 laps. There you go, Rick. You're a little quiet, bud. And just like that, that is the end of practice. Bring on qualifying. Give me 100 laps of short track action.
Hopefully that's a little bit better. Chris, thanks for letting me know, Justin. Good luck out there tonight, buddy.
Buzzing bark, if you could, let me know how Rick was sounding right there. It's not usually a problem to hear me, but for some reason, every once in a while, we lose Rick. And you know what? Rick is one of my very best friends, very near and dear to me. I actually live about 10-15 minutes away from each other in real life, so I don't want to lose him. So if
Hey,
you
Mark, how's that, buddy? Is that coming in a lot clearer now?
As we wait to see if we can hear Rick, we're just following some of the action here tonight in the Racing for a Cause late model series. Right now, following AJ Rogers, who had a pretty good showing during practice as far as speed goes. We'll see how qualifying goes for him. Looks like right now, Chris Mefford on pole. So far, Chris Mefford has been on an absolute tear here in the late models the last 2 weeks, coming home in first place.
Yeah, Chris, times are starting to filter in. Chris Mefford is on the pole right now with a 16.430. That is a fast lap. We'll see how this track goes. We are under the lights here tonight in Five Flags, so the track is going to get a little slick. I know in practice there were some cars spinning around, so we're going to hope for a good race here, and we'll see how it goes.
And a couple of storylines to bring you tonight. And the first one on track right now, making his qualifying effort in the number 7 car, we have Jason Kekelak. And if you recognize that paint scheme, that is normally driven by one Andy Lambert. Andy Lambert penalized after last week's action, one race. And Jay stepped up, decided he wanted to see Andy's paint scheme on the track, and he's bringing you that paint scheme tonight. So thank you, Jay, for keeping Andy's cause out there. We're looking at the ASPCA car right now. Brian Hacker, as he's going around track. Man, I'm excited for tonight, Rick.
It's going to be good, Chris. Right now we're under partly cloudy skies. It is the nighttime. The temperature is 75 degrees. The track temp is also 75 degrees. The winds are shifting a little bit northeast between 3 and 5, now 6 miles per hour. Relative humidity is 58% and rising, so it's going to be good. There it is right there. 72.1 is what it's reading, so that's even a little bit more accurate than mine, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Check in on a 78 car, Ryan Nolan. Ryan trying to make his qualifying run so far. Chris Mefford still on pole. And it looks like we're going to have a pretty decent field tonight. Plenty of cars to bring us the action from Florida.
Well, we're showing 24 cars right now, Chris. Steve Baker, the series director here at Racing for a Cause for the late model series, is just reminding, since we have some new guys out, about what's going on, and to let the drivers know that, there's going to be a lot of give and take tonight, a lot of respect on the track, hopefully, and we're going to have some nice, clean racing, hopefully.
If you caught it at the very beginning, you saw a new commercial that we have, the Dog Days 250. The Dog Days 250 is going to be Racing for a Cause's first ever pay-in race, and it's going to be by donation. Paid spots for the first three, guaranteed 100 to the winner of that race. We're hoping for more, and what is it? 50% of the winnings get donated to charity. Man, that's what we're all about here at Racing for a Cause.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. Basically, what it is, there's a $100 guaranteed winner's purse, and that's going to be divided up through the first three finishers of that race. Every $10, there's a $10 entry fee, as Chris said. That $10 is going into the pool. Racing for a Cause is making $0 on this. What's going to happen is half of that entry fee is going to go into the winner's purse. So, if we get enough people in to race, and it's $100, that $100 is, there's 50 of it going to the winner's purse and 50 going towards a fund for charities. And when you sign up for that, which we're working on that now, you're going to be able to pick a charity of what you want to race for, and the top three winners, we're going to have a check sent out to those charities in those persons' names. So it's going to be really interesting, Chris. So I'm excited about that too. That's going to be starting in August. August 3rd is going to be qualifying, and then August 4th will be the race. It's going to be a 30-lap field, open sets with the super late models in Bristol.
And just like that, qualifying's over. Chris Mefford in that 44 car did, in fact, take the pole in the outside. You have T. Roy Radford. So the front two have gotten into their cars, ready to go to action here tonight. And we're getting ready to go gridding. Guys, again, if you can hear Rick and I just fine, please let us know. We did have some technical difficulties on Monday. We're not looking to do that again. So I want to make sure that we can hear Rick over the cars tonight. So far, I think you're okay, though, Rick. I've been able to hear you much better tonight than it was Monday night.
Outstanding. Well, yeah, viewers, thank you for watching. Thanks for coming out on this Wednesday night to watch these guys go around Five Flags down in Pensacola, Florida for 100 laps under the lights. And yeah, let us know. If you haven't yet, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Let us know what's going on. If you like it, dislike it, what you want to see. And if you haven't, there's that nice long rectangular red subscribe button. Click that because that helps us out.
Absolutely. And we are up to 77. And that actually has meaning to me. It means in 23 more subscriptions, I'm going to get to break out the JDRF 71 car and go racing around one time with these guys. I will broadcast live from the inside of the car. We still haven't figured out exactly how we're going to do it that night, but we're looking forward to learning because, man, I want to get behind the wheel of that 71 car and race around with these guys. I'm getting a little jealous.
Well, since it's a short track race, I'm going to start going through the qualifying grid here and how these guys are lining up for the race, just so we have enough time and I'm able to get through. We do have 22 drivers tonight who have made qualifying laps. I believe there may be two more that just did not qualify. They want to start towards the back.
All right, bud, you fire it off when you're ready. Here comes tonight's racing grid.
All right, so in the front row, as these guys are taking off, you got Chris Mefford in first place with a 16.430. Troy T. Roy Radford in the 94 car takes second. Behind him, it's Andrew Hill in the 77 and third, with his teammate Ryan Nolan in the 78 and fourth. AJ Rogers pulls out a fifth place starting position. Next to him is AJ Hamill, another Vermont boy, pulls in sixth. Brian Hacker in that 11 is seventh. Travis Pryor is eighth. Chris Rummel ninth. Brian Rogers Jr. in the number 10 car starts 10th tonight. Doug Wysocki is 11th. Craig Covington, good to see you, in that number 96, comes in 12th. Peyton Johnson qualified 13th. Timothy Hale in the 00 is 14th. Patrick Smith 15th. Rowdy Johnson, the rowdy one, is 16th in that number 13 B-Strong car. JP, Justin Pinnell, 17th. Jason Kaklak, one race deal with Children's Miracle Network, racing for Andy with his scheme. He qualifies 18th. Tom Quattlebaum Jr., 19th. James Edward, 20th. Rick Greenway in that number 24 autism card comes in 21st. Hilton T. Young is 22nd. That's everybody that is taking laps and qualifying time.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we go live action here tonight at Racing for a Cause TV. We're bringing you Racing for a Cause's late model action here in Pensacola, Florida, Five Flags Speedway. And man, they are not wasting any time to get some racing going here tonight. As you see the 77 car, Andrew Hill, he sneaks to the inside of T. Roy Radford in that 94. He's taking second away. His partner in crime, the 78 car, right behind him. And he's looking to take third. Troy Radford stuck on the outside. That's not where you want to be on this track. So we'll see how if he's able to get in line. And boy, I hope he does soon, because you lose spots on this track and the way the laps click off, it could be very detrimental to a good night here for you tonight at Five Flags Speedway.
Chris, while you were talking there, the number 5 had a little bit of an issue. He got a little hot in the corner there and lost it and spun out and hit the inside wall. He did not cause a caution. He's just doing his thing now. And one person that I failed to mention there that did not qualify but did start 24th position is Stacy Bedard in that 03 car. He is on the move, Chris, right now. He is 20th place. He started 24th, so good to see him running good.
And up front, still Chris Mefford in the lead. He's followed by Andrew Hill in the 77, Ryan Nolan in the 78. So there's your top three. AJ Rogers looking to have a great night tonight. He is in 4th place right now in the number 12 car. Right behind him, rounding out your top 5, T. Roy Radford, able to get down low and maintain position. He maintains a top 5. Right behind him, Brian Hacker in the 11 car, Chris Rummel in the 52. And that right there is where the line divides. That's 7th place. Going back a little bit to 8th in the 14 car, AJ Hamill, Brian Rogers, Doug Wasaki. That's your top 10 right now.
I'm following the number 5, Chris, of James Edward in that Wounded Warrior machine. He is having a little bit of difficulty, Chris. He has gone a lap down now, as it looks like Rowdy and a couple other guys are starting to catch up to him there. He's having a little difficulty keeping that car right where he wants it. Front end smashed up a little bit. I'm not sure how that steering is, so I'm going to keep an eye on him for a while.
Yeah, we check in on that Stars and Bars number 5. Great looking car, great cause. Happy to have him out there. Hope he's able to get that car corrected and get out and enjoy it tonight. You see Rick Greenaway in the 24 car right behind him. And as you said, the number 13 familiar D Strong, Rowdy Johnson, looking to move up in position. So right now the 5 car, James Edwards, under attack. As you see Greenaway get around him. Rowdy gets a little rowdy with the 85 car, but everybody comes out of there pretty decent. Looks like the 85 car having a little technical difficulty, blinking a little bit.
Yeah, he's got some pretty heavy damage on that car, Chris. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen there. He is, it looks like he's going to pit in and try to repair a little bit of what he can there. Get out of the way of these guys as they go around.
A really nice turnout, really great field, and so far we've knocked down 13 of 100 laps here tonight at Five Flags. So, you know, very different story from last week's race. Last week, I think everybody can admit, a little bit of a wreck fest out there. Cautions breeding cautions. So far tonight, everybody's keeping it clean as we've completed 14 under the green.
Yeah, I know that a lot of the drivers were disappointed in last week's race, Chris. They've been practicing pretty hard. You know, they want to put on a good show for all the viewers out there. I want to thank all of you for coming out this Wednesday night for the late model series of Racing for a Cause, broadcast live here every Wednesday by Racing for a Cause TV. Monday night we have the Racing for a Cause K&N Throwback Series, and Friday nights, if you are new to the channel, we are broadcasting the TRRL Racing League. That is the Thunder Road Racing League. They're doing Xfinity's cars, and it's a double header, so we have the trucks that follow that race right up there. If you are looking to race on a Friday night, these guys are looking for drivers. They're great guys. Just search out on the league page of iRacing for the TRRL Bucky Burt, that's B-I as in India, RT Challenge, and let them know Racing for a Cause sent you.
Absolutely. A lot of things going on right now in the land of Racing for a Cause and Racing for a Cause TV. You know, we're broadcasting 3 nights a week. We've got a double header on Friday night, as you said, with TRRL. We've got our own races on Monday and Wednesday. Monday with the K&N Throwback Series. Wednesday night right here with the late models. And that special event, the Dog Days 250, coming at you from Bristol. Man, that is going to be big. We've got sponsorships lined up already. Looking for more. You know what? I will say it right now. If you guys out there have the means or the ways to sponsor a race, this is going to be the one.
It's definitely going to be a good time, Chris. I'm watching the number 12 AJ Rogers right now. He's going around. He's having a little bit of trouble. He lost a few spots there. AJ Hamill in that number 14 car was able to get around him there. Brian Hacker got around him, so he's his tires might be shot there, Chris, but he's doing a good job racing there as the number 10 is starting to catch up to him, give him a little bit of mirror and bumper, and you know he's looking for a spot to move right now.
And again, as Rick said, I do want to thank all the viewers out there. Hey guys, we couldn't do this if you weren't watching, so we really appreciate you out there. Same with our drivers. We wouldn't have anything to talk about if it wasn't for our drivers. So thank you guys for showing up every Monday and Wednesday night. You do make this league a family, and we really appreciate having you out there. As we are under yellow, the number 7, the 7 car around, facing the wrong way. He's doing the right thing, backing up where he can see. Puts the back end of that 7 car into the fence a little bit, but that's okay. Let's go back and see if we can find out what happened to him there. As that 7 car looks like he is around the wrong way. He's got a back.
It's unfortunate, like you said, Jason, running that scheme because Andy, after the penalties of last week, Andy Lambert, who normally drives that car under the number 35 banner, Children's Miracle Network, Jason wanted to come out here, did a 1-race deal with him.
Yeah, and you just saw it right there. Nothing too nefarious. It just kind of happened. Jason Keklak should be able to rejoin the race and get back up into that action. Jason Keklak in that 7 car around. We go back live. We see pit stops happening for some of the cars out there. And most notably, right now, the 44 car not up front. Did 44 come down pit road? Let's find out. Zach, really appreciate you coming out tonight, brother, and thank you. It's good to hear that some actual racers come out and watch us and appreciate what it is we do. Obviously, by no means are we professional, but man, we try like heck and we have fun doing it. And it's people like you. So thank you very much for coming out and watching us tonight.
I second that. Thank you, Zach. I wish you all the best of luck in your real-life racing endeavors. Stay safe and give them heck out there, buddy.
As we take a peek in now on the 44 car, it does look like Chris Mefford gave up the lead for some fresh tires. So Chris Mefford, the first car to come down pit road in that 44, that gives Andrew Hill the lead in the number 77 car. Andrew Hill looking to do some dominating now that he's up front. He's going to be followed by the 78 car, Ryan Nolan. They are teammates, and they do usually get along very well on the track. Right behind him in that 14 car, you got AJ Hamill, followed by the 10 car, Brian Rogers Jr., the 75 car, Patrick Smith, in that green and white car. That's your top 5. Honorable mention just outside top 5 as they start crossing. You got the number 60 car, Justin Pinnell. Rick Greenaway working his way up to 7th. And then we get back to Chris Mefford. So the race has changed a little bit as we get ready to go back green flag action. Keep in mind, leader's choice on when we go after the race has started. It's not necessarily on the green flag, but anytime between now and the green flag, now that that pace car is down, Andrew Hill hits the hammer and away he goes in that green 77. Ryan Nolan trying to stick to the outside. Definitely not the place you want to be on this track, as he's going to be looking to get down low here soon, I would imagine.
I want to give a little shout out to that number 14 car, Chris, of AJ Hamill. That's a new paint scheme that he's running under. Kind of a teammate of ours. He is from Vermont.
Oh, we got some action on the track as Rick Greenaway was spinning around. Rick Greenaway able to save it, though. Excellent racing right there, but it does jam up the middle of the back pack of the field there. Man, oh man, what a save. You saw it there on track. Sorry to cut you off, Rick.
That's okay, man. We got to bring the action. But yeah, definitely I want to give a shout out to AJ there as he's racing in second. He's getting a little bit of a second position, and the 14 falls back. But that car, Chris, that's kind of a teammate of ours, like I said, originally from Vermont, now living in, I believe, New York. And but he is racing for the American Diabetes Association. I know that's a cause that's very close to your heart, bud. And he gave us a little props there on the door of his car. He does have a VT next to that number 14, so that's really cool to see. I want to let him know, AJ, that's a really good paint job, buddy, and we appreciate it.
I saw a car, Rick, if you could take a peek. I thought I saw one barbecuing last lap. And yeah, AJ Hamel right there in the 14 car driving the ADA. Myself, I drive the number 71 JDRF, so both of those having to do with diabetes, very close to my heart, as my son definitely does have the type 1 diabetes. And so it does me pretty proud to have another diabetes car out there and on the track.
So we're now under caution, Chris. The car that was barbecuing is the number 24 of Rick Greenaway, that GMR Motorsports, Greenway Production Motorsports Autism car. He is in the pits right now, trying to do a little bit of repair. We'll see what happens.
Okay, bud. Thank you very much for letting us know. So far, still a very good race, as we've clicked off 35 of 100 already. Man, this track is definitely putting the laps down quick tonight.
It most certainly is, Chris. These guys are doing a really good job on this track, having a lot of fun, and really putting on a good show.
It has been fun to watch so far. A lot of action, but clean action tonight. And it looks like some of the guys that didn't pit already, it's benefiting them. Pat Smith, the first guy in the last position that didn't pit, he is 5th place. So look for Pat Smith to be defending against the 44 car of Chris Mefford. Chris Mefford has led 22 laps of the 36. So Chris definitely knows how to be up front on this track. And it'll be interesting to watch him try and get back up there, as he has fresher tires than the 5 cars in front of him. So as we get ready to go back to green here, it'll be neat to watch that battle.
Definitely will, Chris. And I do want to give a big shout out to Patrick Smith in that number 75 Missouri Conservation car. He started, or in practice, he was 20th fastest. He qualified 15th. Now he's sitting up into 5th place. It's right where he wants to be. He's been trying really hard this season and past seasons to get where he's going. And, it's good to see him running up front.
Yeah, and for anybody who says that that's just because of pit strategy, I'm going to differ with you. Because while he did not come in for pits yet, he's still running up there. And that takes skill, I don't care. And it takes more skill to run up there and run fast when you're on older tires. So, yes, absolutely. Good job so far tonight, Pat Smith. Also, a special kudos to Pat Smith, because when it comes to racing for a cause, he's the one that is actually leading the way for our special event. And that's going to be happening again in August. Early August, look out for the Dog Days 250. Rick Greenaway joining us on chat on YouTube after he's having a little barbecue session in pit road. Rick, I didn't exactly see what happened with the motor, bud, but I did see the smoke trail. Lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back green. When we go green, we're going to be doing lap 40 of 100. So we're definitely clicking them off. And the action has definitely been awesome so far tonight. Keep an eye on the outside of the 3rd row. That's Chris Mefford in the 44 car. First car with new tires, or newer tires. Look for him to try and make some moves to get up front. But right now, Andrew Hill leads him to the green flag. Andrew Hill in the 77, rocketing away. And you see again the outside, just a slight disadvantage on the outside. You just see Ryan Nolan lose 2nd position to AJ Hamel in the 14.
Yeah, it's really tough up there, Chris. It seems like guys are trying to get it rubbered in so they can maybe get a little bit of traction up there and make some moves. But right now, that inside line somebody goes way up towards the wall there.
That's the 52 car. Chris Rummel right now running 3 wide. Somebody's going to have to give it up. And then Chris Rummel decides to hit the binders just a little bit, so he's not 3 wide. Good call there. Chris Rummel in the 52 car back up front. Andrew Hill, AJ Hamill, Ryan Nolan, your top 3, supplying the action towards the front of the field. Yeah, bud. Hey, sometimes you can't listen to those spotters. They lie. Remind me after. I'll talk to you about a little modification you can make to try and make that a little cleaner on your INI file.
We got a big gaggle here back towards the back, Chris. Actually, not mid-pack. 8th place, I'm watching the number 13 D-Strong car, Rowdy Johnson. He's got cars all over him. Chris Mefford's there. He's trying to get Patrick Smith to move up a little bit, bumping around a little bit. There's a good race. They're going 3 wide here. Stacy Bedard on the bottom. He just got tapped by Mefford, and he saved it.
He saved it, but come back up on track, and boy, oh boy, that was a close one. Stacy Bedard having some issues with that number 3 car, the 03 car. Stacy Bedard backing up some of the field, but it looks like we're going to get away from that one under the green flag. Stacy Bedard having some troubles there. Chris Mefford, meanwhile, has fallen back to 9th place. So definitely stuck on the outside, and it affects you when you're on the outside of this track. Right behind him, the 94 car, T-Roy Radford. Troy Radford in that 94 car. T-Roy, I hope you don't mind, but we had a little birdie tell us something, and that was your nickname, so that's going to stick, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, sorry T-Roy, but, your dad, and I want to thank Troy's dad and mom for watching. They watch pretty much every broadcast, Chris. So, Ray, it's really good. We appreciate the support, like I told you earlier today, bud. It's fabulous that you come out here, you watch Troy race week in and week out, so we really appreciate it. But thanks for that info, because it's definitely stuck. T-Roy is going to be the man. Andrew Hill is just on fire right now, Chris. He's got a little bit of a gap. It's not too big, but, he's really showing that he wants to be the dominator. As a 14 gets a really good run, Chris, on the inside. He might be the new race leader. 14 of AJ Hamill in that American Diabetes Association car. Just took the lead from Andrew Hill. Ryan Nolan's coming up. Not sure exactly what's going on. No, we have a caution.
We do have a caution. Somebody slow on the track there.
Looks like it might be the 00 of Timothy Hale.
It is the 00 Timothy Hale. Let's go back and see if we can find out what happened to Tim Hale in that 00 car.
As you're looking at that, Chris, the teammates, the Clam Chowder crew, the 77 of Andrew Hill and the 78 of Ryan Nolan are coming in down for a pit stop. They know that they need tires as the 00 goes around the pace car for his wave around.
Yeah, Tim Hale looks like he was kind of just self-involved there. Lightly touched the inside fence, as you saw. I don't think that's going to do too much damage to these cars. They can take a little bit of a beating and keep on rolling. So Tim Hale may have saved himself a motor, as you see him going around for the wave around right now. Up front, though, the man of the hour right now, AJ Hamill in that 14 car. Love seeing that diabetes car up front. Very nice run from him so far. Behind him, Brian Hacker. He's taking over second. Brian Rogers in the 10 car. He's third. AJ Rogers in the 12, running fourth. And Travis Pryor in the 81. He's running 5. Chris Mefford worked his way up to 6 after falling back to 9th place. T-Roy Radford running in 7th place. Justin Pinnell having a very nice night, running 8th. The rowdy one himself, the number 13 D Strong car, running in 9th place. And Tom Quattlebaum Jr., who didn't give me props for not messing up his name on Monday night. Tom Quattlebaum Jr. running in the 34 car. He rounds out your top 10. So that is your top 10. And again, I want to go ahead and say thank you to all of our viewers tonight. Really appreciate you coming down here on a Wednesday night to check out Racing for a Cause action on Racing for a Cause TV. Guys, we couldn't do it without you, so really appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing, please feel free to give us a thumbs up. If you really like what you're seeing and you want to see more, hit that little red subscribe button. It's a rectangle right under the video that you're seeing. Really appreciate that. When we get to 100 subscribers, I've said it before, I'll say it again. We get to 100, I climb back into that number 71 car and broadcast live from the number 71 as I race around one time, one race. And it's going to be awesome. Jake Daly, how you doing today? Appreciate you stopping by, checking out Racing for a Cause TV.
The lights are off on the pace car, Chris. We're going to be going green here shortly. Let's see what AJ Hamel can do on that restart. We've been watching the one who knows what to do. That's the 77 of Andrew Hill, but he has fallen back down to 12th place after that pit stop.
AJ Hamel getting ready to fire up that 14 ADA car. AJ Hamel has control of the field as he launches that 14 car towards the green flag, and it goes green again. AJ Hamel, your leader right now in the 14. The number 10 car, Brian Rogers, trying to take advantage of his starting position, trying to take over second spot on his outside in the 11 car, Brian Hacker.
Right now we got guys going 2x2, Chris. There is a little bit of 3x3 action further back, but right now I'm watching number 12 of AJ Rogers on the outside. He is losing some positions there. Those guys on that inside line, including T-Roy and that number 94 and the 81 car of Travis Pryor, have been making some good moves moving up, and the looks like the
81 car.
11.
81 car going sideways. That jumbles up the whole field. It's not done yet. And we are under caution. Man, oh man, we had a car sideways right there.
That was definitely some good driving there by all those guys.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. Let's take a look at that. That was some great action.
Hey, Gene Watson. Yeah, we're gonna see what we're gonna do. It's we got it up to a poll. It's majority rules here at Racing for a Cause, but we'll see what happens. And you know, there's going to be a lot of series coming. Right now, we're in the spring and summer season. So once we get into the fall, winter, we'll look at what we can do.
Just taking a look back on all that action, my goodness, I don't even know where to begin. Cars were scattered. They were 3-4 wide. There's only enough room for about a car and a half on this track. I don't know how they did it without making more trouble than they did. Great driving, and that's the skills here at Racing for a Cause, man. I love watching these guys do their thing.
And that definitely took skills, Chris. I mean, those guys, that could have been anywhere else. I think that would have been a wreck fest. We would have been losing at least half of our guys there. These guys did a really good job.
Lap 60 of 100 here tonight, and I was told to call it Pensacola, Florida. I think that's how Rick wanted me to pronounce it one time, so there it is. Always willing to give it up for my broadcast host and friend, Rick Hammond Jr. Man, oh man. Guys, we're getting ready to go back to green flag here in a couple of seconds. Again, I want to shout out to Racing for a Cause and their admins. It's a lot of work to put this stuff on week in and week out and keep it as organized as they do. And right now, in the 2 series that we're running, we have 3 admins doing it. We have, we have Pat Smith, Andy Lambert, and Steve Baker. Pat Smith and Andy Lambert, they're responsible for the K&N throwback. And Steve Baker bringing you the action here tonight in the late models. Man, they do a great job. Really enjoy what they've done, what they've brought to the table. And again, I want to give another special shout out for all the work Pat's putting in behind the scenes to get the Dog Days 250 at Bristol up and running. That's going to be a special event. I can't wait to see how many drivers we have in that. And if you do have iRacing, and if you do drive, if you want to drive, it is going to be open for everybody. So keep your eyes open. We're going to be bringing you some more details in the weeks to come here on Racing for a Cause TV. And if you don't always catch us here live, feel free to check out our website. You're not going to be disappointed in that. We'll bring that information as we get it pinned down. And again, thanks to Pat for doing all that hard work. The guy's going 2x2. The lights are off on the pace car. The 14 car, AJ Hamel, your current leader. On his outside, Brian Rogers in the 10. T. Roy on the inside second row. That makes him third. Brian Hacker on the outside. That's fourth. As we go green again, AJ Hamel with an excellent jump on that restart, clearing everybody. T. Roy Radford pushes his way up to second place. We'll see if that sticks as he comes back around the track.
That's one thing in the number 14 AJ Hamilton does not want to see is T. Roy Radford, and then number 94. Troy has shown us and proved that he can race, especially here at Racing for a Cause. He's a multi-time winner. He does a great job. He's a good racer, so I expect to see a really good battle here shortly, Chris.
I do too, and I want to give a special shout out to somebody who's watching right now, Jason Perry. Jason Perry, a Racing for a Cause member, and it's good to see him out here, at least watching us here tonight. Really good to see you, bud. Hope everything's going well. AJ Hamel.
Caution flag out, yeah.
Yeah, he had a heck of a lead before that caution came out. That was pretty impressive. You see right there, the 5 car had something to do with it. We'll have to take a peek back and find out what that was.
Yeah, I'm also showing the number 03 car of Stacy Bedard into the inside wall there, Chris, just off the exit of pit road.
Well, we'll take a peek right now, if things let me. And no, they're not, so, well, always see the aftermath, though. 52 car, the 5 car, gotten the worst of it. Looks like the 5 car starting his hot dogs early tonight. So we're under caution again here at Five Flags Speedway. Right now, your top 5 showing on the screen, doing an excellent job. And there he is, number 44, Chris Mefford, who was your pole winner tonight. Falling back when he took the pits. Falling back from one restart when he was stuck on the outside. Worked his way back up to 4th. And Rowdy Johnson in the 13D Strong car, your 5th place car. So definitely the field is shaking up a little bit. But I think if we keep going the way we're going, Hamill's going to be pretty tough to beat. His line around the inside is pretty impressive. But as I'm looking, the 14 car, I don't know if he's got the memo or not. He has not pit yet. 2 cars out there have not pit. AJ Hamel in the 14 running first. Brian Rogers in the 10 running third.
Yeah, Jason, it's really good to see him there, Mr. Perry. Hopefully everything's well, bud. You're enjoying a little bit of time off. We can't wait to see you back on the track, buddy. I hope you're having a good night. And I know you're not going to like this, but we are running for a cause right now here at Racing for a Cause. We try to take care of our family members. Mr. Perry has had some unfortunate circumstances in his life there within the last year. Lost his cousin. I pray that everything's good up there. And, God bless your cousin and your aunt. And down below in the description of the video, there is a GoFundMe link for the Perry Help Fund. We're trying to help our brother out, trying to help him with a little bit of the day-to-day bills. So if you can do anything, even if it's $1, please donate down there. And if not, if you can't donate, we understand it's tough for everybody. But if you can share on Facebook or Twitter or anything, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, really would appreciate that as the pace lights are off. AJ Hamel leading them around turns 3 and 4 as we get set to go live action again here, Racing for a Cause. We're going to start lap 72 after he crosses the start-finish line, and he's going to do it in a hurry because here we go.
It's going to be really interesting to see here, Chris, as AJ Hamel in that 14 American Diabetes Association car gets a really good restart. But right behind him, T. Roy Radford in that number 94 Kidney Foundation car. And in the mix is Chris Mefford. That's T. Roy's teammate there in GMR Motorsports. Is looking to do something there as he's stuck on the outside. It's going to be kind of tough because that preferred line is on the inside. We're so glad to hear that, Jason, man. We miss you. We love you, and we hope everything turns out okay, buddy. One thing I've noticed about Five Flags, Chris, does it seem a little darker to you after the last build?
Yeah, it does seem like maybe they've corrected some lighting on this track. It is known to be not so well lit nonetheless, kind of like our home track or Thunder Road. Lighting could be better. Corners are definitely dark. but that just gives our drivers a chance to shine here at Five Flags as we complete lap number 75, heading into lap 76. And we have AJ Hamill in the 14 ADA car. It does my heart proud to say that he is driving the American Diabetes Association car out there in the lead. T. Roy Radford right behind him. Chris Mefford, I thought he had messed up a little bit on that restart as you saw him go high, but he was able to gather it back up, get down low, and continue on third place.
It's going to be interesting to see, Chris, as these laps do tick down. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. What happens? I mean, these guys have done a really good job with the respectful driving tonight, the give and take. You know, we'll see what happens back there in the Rowdy car. He's got some cars all around him right now, including the teammates of the Clam Chowder crew, Andrew Hill and Ryan Nolan.
Yeah, right now the 13 car, not exactly where he wants to be on the outside here at Five Flags. Not the preferred line, not the fast line. And you see it right there. There's a couple of cars get by him and one more sets up. So that's not where you want to be right now. Rowdy Johnson needs to find a way back to the inside line where he can gather it up, gain his composure, and let's complete these last 20 laps here racing for a cause.
Somebody who's been quiet out there tonight, Chris, that number 96 car, Craig Covington Motorsports. He's back here with us this evening, racing under the, well, like I said, the Covington Motorsports banner. Loose lug nuts, great bunch of guys over there. They have a really good league also, so if you're looking for something to do, hopefully not on a Monday or Wednesday night, definitely check them out also. And I want to give a big shout out to Bug from State Farm. Good to see you, Bug.
Bug from State Farm making an appearance. He must have heard that we've had a couple of blown motors. He's coming in to help with the claims. But right now, we've got AJ Hamill leading the field as he has done for the last 33 laps. AJ Hamill in that 14 car looking very good out there. Troy Radford, he's running second in the 94 kidney car. And Chris Mefford, again, rounding out your top three right behind them. Brian Rogers Jr. in the number 10. The number 81 car, Travis Pryor, that's your top five. Andrew Hill sitting sixth, looking to make a name for himself again, as he has led 27 of the laps here, and we're under caution again.
Yep, that would be the number 12 car of AJ Rogers, Chris. This is where it's going to get real interesting to see what happens with AJ in the number 14 car. Is he going to go in for tires, or is he going to try to stick it out?
See a little bit of damage on that 12 car. We're going to keep it live action right now, as Bug knows the kind of paperwork that he's got after some short track action here racing for a cause. Bug, really appreciate you putting in the time. We'll make sure they fill out all the forms in triplicate. And don't forget to sign the name. AJ Hamill in that 14 car trying to figure out if he can make this race go without one single pit stop. He's not the only one out there. The number 10 car, Brian Rogers, trying to do the same. As you see all the cars filter down to the inside to let that lucky dog go. Man, that's awesome. I remember the first season we had trouble just getting that portion of the race done. These guys don't know how far we have come as a league, and it looks great on track, and I really love bringing you the live action every week.
That's the thing, Chris. I mean, we're really grown. This is the third season of the late model series here at Racing for a Cause. We've done a couple of other series as we go, but these guys have really, really improved. They've really made us proud. You know, these guys from the admins who have stepped up to help you and I out. It's grown beyond what I believed it would when we started talking about Racing for a Cause just a short, it was a year and a half ago we really started talking about it. And here we are, man. And we couldn't do it without our drivers. We couldn't do it without our fans. We appreciate everything that you guys do. You know, you guys help out with paints. You guys help out with practice. You're showing new members, you know, if they ask for help, you're out there helping them. So we appreciate it. Keep up the good work. And thank you. We can't say it enough.
Taking a look at this huge cast of characters tonight. Really looking good out there on track. Man, I can't believe we've actually had a pretty clean race. you factor in short track racing with the amount of cars that we had, and I can't believe the amount of cars that are looking to finish this race. As we have 11 laps to go, we are going to go back under green here next time by, as the pace car lights are off. The 14 car, AJ Hamill, probably tapping on his gas gauge, asking if that's correct or not, trying to see if he can make it around just 11 more times to win this one.
As we get a little bit of time, Chris, I just want to remind everybody, Friday night, TRL, the Thunder Road Racing League, we're going to be doing a doubleheader with the K&N cars and the trucks. Monday night, the K&N Throwback Series going to Texas for the Interstate Batteries 100.
We go back, green flag racing. AJ Hamill shot out of a cannon yet again. Man, he is definitely getting a good restart on the inside right now. Chris Mefford looking to take advantage of his position. Chris Mefford trying to shut the door on Troy Radford. The number 60 car, Justin Pinnell, looks like he's out of shape out back. He's able to gather it back up. Just loses a little time on track. As you see it right there, the 14 car still in the lead. Chris Mefford looks like he is taking solid control right now in the second place. And Troy Radford right now is falling back into fifth. And that's not all, because he's got a couple more cars on the inside. No place to go for Troy Radford.
Yeah, poor Troy. He got stuck on there on the outside, Chris. Definitely not where he wanted to be. Chris Redford takes over that second position. Travis Pryor right there in third. Ryan Nolan moves up to fourth. Brian Rogers Jr. in that number 10 car moves up to fifth. It's going to be a really good shootout, Chris, as these laps start ticking down. We're starting lap number 94 of 100. This is going to be good.
Yeah, it sure is. Chris Mefford riding around in second place. Right behind him, Ryan Nolan. Chris Mefford, as I mentioned earlier, has in fact won the last two late model races, so he has been on a tear. So look for him to try and close that gap, but AJ Hamill is just absolutely dominating the field right now. He's out to a half-second lead already.
Yeah, which is really surprising to see there. We know that he's on all tires, and we know he probably doesn't have too much more fuel in there, but he's only got a couple more laps to go, Chris. Let's see if he can do it.
A battle for second place as Ryan Nolan has moved to the inside. Chris Mefford stuck outside. Ryan Nolan takes over second place. Travis Pryor in the 81 trying to keep his nose down low. Chris Mefford tries to block it down, but no can do. And Travis Pryor in the 81 trying to take over third place. The battle's on.
Ryan Nolan just came out of nowhere there, Chris. He made a really good move, got down on the inside, made a couple passes, and there he is in second. And it looks like he is catching up to the number 14 car.
Right now, the gap, 0.4 of a second.
Ooh, there it is.
And we go yellow.
Looks like the 45, the 13, and possibly the 12.
45 car, Doug Wasaki. 13 car, Rowdy Johnson. 12 car, AJ Rogers. All involved in that one. That's going to end the night here at Racing for a Cause. Your winner tonight is going to be the 14 car, the American Diabetes Association of car of AJ Hamill. Not the way I wanted to say that car won tonight, but it's a win, and it was a good win, as he has led 49 of the 100 laps so far. He's got one more, and man, that's going to make it 50. So he has led half of this race to come home as your winner. AJ Hamill in the 14 car, a solid run tonight. Ryan Nolan fights his way up to second place. Travis Pryor in the 81 car, third. Chris Mefford coming home in fourth place tonight. And rounding out your top five, the number 10 car of Brian Rogers Jr. Two cars in the top five did not pit. Your winner, AJ Hamill, and your fifth place finisher, Brian Rogers. Man, oh man, what a race.
That was an excellent race, Chris. That was fantastic. I mean, I wish they finished under green. It would have been nice to see what Ryan Nolan could have done in that 78 car, but there it is. The number 14 American Diabetes Association car of AJ Hamill is the winner tonight. I want to give a quick shout out to all the fans that are watching. Thank you again for coming out on this Wednesday night to watch Racing for a Cause Late Model Series here at Five Flags down in Pensacola, Florida. 100 laps under the lights, they're all done. The winner, he's going to be having some fun now as he comes to the start finish line to probably burn him down a little bit, I would hope. But thank you for showing up week in, week out, giving us the support. We really appreciate it. The drivers appreciate it. And we'll be back at you here come Friday night with the TRL doubleheader, Xfinity, and then the trucks. Not sure exactly where they're going to be, but Monday night, the Racing for a Cause K&N Series does come back to Texas for the Interstate Batteries, and that's going to be a good race. And the late models next week, Chris, the Bull Ring, that is a track that we have yet to race here at Racing for a Cause, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to bring action from the Bull Ring. My goodness, can you imagine 24 cars on that track? Oh, I'm going to have to take the day off from work, get a nap in, drink a couple of wobbly pops, and be ready to go, because I don't think we're going to be able to keep up with it with just the two of us. Oh my goodness. Regardless, tonight, again, your winner, the number 14 car of A.J. Hamill. So as we get ready for some interviews, I think we're going to bring you that commercial one more time. And of course, I'm talking about the Dog Days commercial. So there it is right there. Your winner, A.J. Hamill in the 14 car. Ryan Nolan coming in second. Travis Pryor third. Chris Mefford comes away with a fourth place finish. Brian Rogers Jr. fifth. Andrew Hill sixth. Troy Radford, T-Roy Radford seventh. Pat Smith in that 75 car coming home with a nice top 10 in eighth. Brian Hacker ninth. Craig Covington 10th. And we've got Justin Pinnell in that number 60 car coming home 11th. Tom Quattlebaum Jr. 12th. Rowdy Johnson, Hilton Young, Doug Wasaki, A.J. Rogers, Jason Keklak, Peyton Johnson, Chris Rummel, and Stacy Bedard. James Edwards, Timothy Hale, Rick Greenaway Jr. Or not Jr. Oh my goodness. Rick Greenaway. My gosh. I'm getting tired. Andy Lambert, of course, didn't start. Dick Greenaway, of course, didn't start. 23 cars tonight, and man, what a race it was.
It was there, Chris. Sorry about that. I lost the connection there for a minute. I did get everybody moved up here for you. Nope, somebody moved back down.
Yeah, Travis Pryor.
Yeah, he's down when you're ready, down at the Hacker Rogers Motorsports HRM there.
Yeah, we're going to try and pull him one more time here. Maybe if he actually hears us talking, he'll stick around for a minute. But the number 81 car of Travis Pryor coming home third tonight. Travis Pryor, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, bud. Hey, you finished third tonight. Pretty good run. What do you think?
I think it's a great race for me. Getting back in here with these Racing for a Cause guys. Trying to get my name out there and show these guys I'm a contender right here, and I'm trying to show them what I got.
Well, it's a really nice way to start with a third place finish, bud. Congratulations to you, Rick.
Yeah, definitely, Travis. You know, good racing out there. It's good to see that you took third. Is there anybody out there that you want to thank tonight? Besides us?
Yeah, I want to thank you. Y'all did a great job of broadcasting these races. I want to thank everyone here that made this league. Thank Racing for a Cause. This is just a great thing they have going over here. I want to shout out Extreme Motorsports 99, that group of guys out there. They definitely helped me get to the ability I have right now driving these cars, and can't wait for next week.
All right, there you have it. The number 81 car, Travis Pryor, bringing that car home in third place tonight. In second place, the number
Wow.
78 car, and we have talked to him before. 78 car, Ryan Nolan. Ryan, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. You have a copy.
Yeah, I've got you guys.
Hey, bud. One Vermonter to another. I know you don't live here anymore, but you never really leave. One Vermonter to another. That's a heck of a second place finish. How you doing? How you feeling? And what was the car like tonight?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that second place finish. I thought we made a bad call by taking 4 tires with basically halfway point of the race, but got a good last restart and worked our way up through.
Yeah, from what I saw, you kind of snuck up to third relatively quickly, actually, or to second. And I know Andrew Hill and you were kind of marred back in like the 6th, 7th position. All of a sudden, you were up there. Was there a certain line that you were taking different than everybody else and able to get underneath them tonight?
Well, I think the fresh tires and restarting on the bottom. At that point in the race, everyone was starting to push up, and I was able to kind of let it roll through the center of the turn and cut underneath. So just worked out well with the traffic went our way. But yeah, it was a fun race. AJ, I was debating whether or not to do AJ's strategy without taking tires, and I think it kind of evened out there at the end. But yeah, it was a fun race.
Well, you definitely did a good job, buddy. We love, we like to see you win. We like to see you up front. We like to see you, having fun out there. You did a good job, and like Chris said, man, you came out of nowhere. I think if that went green, you might have actually had something for the 14. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we've had a rough couple of weeks here, so I'm happy just to finish the race at this point. But yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting and putting on the race. The series is becoming really popular, which is great. Glad to be a part of it.
Well, we're proud to have you with us, Ryan, and we'll look forward to seeing you next Monday night in the K&N car. You have yourself a great night, and we'll see if we can get ourselves the winner of tonight's race, the number 14 car of A.J. Hamill, leading 50 laps tonight of 100. A.J. Hamill, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I do. Good to meet you guys.
Good to meet you, and what a way to do it. Congratulations on the win, and way to bring home the ADA car. That really, really does my heart good. I don't know if you know, but I do drive the JDRF machine when I'm driving. So having another diabetes car out there really does touch my heart, and it was really great to see it win.
Well, thanks. That's just, I don't even have any words. Pretty cool. It's the first race I've had them on the car. Racing for a cause. Figure I'd try to fit in with you guys, and everything just kind of fell my way.
Well, that's awesome, buddy. You and I talked a little bit today. You're another fellow Vermonter, so it's good to see you. It's really good to see that cause take the checkered flags tonight. You did some outstanding racing there. You were quiet there for a while, and then all of a sudden, boom, you just made your way up. What was your pit strategy? We noticed that you didn't go in, so were you worried about that at all?
Well, I knew if we had a couple yellows that we were good on fuel, so I wasn't worried about that. And a couple guys pitted on that first yellow. It actually took me by surprise. But then I noticed on the restart, we're still running 8s, and I knew after about 3 or 4 laps, that's all fresh tires we're going to do anyway. So at that point, I saw my teammate Brian Rogers. He was sticking out there too with me. And I figured, well, we're going to, if we pit now, we're not going to get back by him. So this is our best shot. Just stay out there and see what happens.
Well, congratulations again on bringing a win home tonight at Racing for a Cause and Late Model Series for us Vermonters, for the American Diabetes Association, and for your race team, Empire State Racing, man. You did a good job. Is there anybody out there that you want to give a thank you out to?
Oh, yeah, I got to thank American Diabetes Association, my other primary sponsor, CKF Construction, my teammates at Empire Sim Racing, Justin McDuff, Brian Rogers, a couple guys that aren't in the league, Arts Barbershop, and of course the Upstate Racing League is what got me prepared for tonight. A lot of laps at Five Flags.
Well, there you go. Your winner tonight in the number 14 car, leading 50 laps of 100, A.J. Hamill. And, man, what a way to start off a league. Man, come into a league fresh and new, you win the race. It doesn't get any better than that.
No, it definitely doesn't, Chris. That was a really good race. These guys did a good job. Congrats again to AJ and the number 14 car. He did great. And again, I know that they're starting to drop off now as we're ending ending the broadcast. But I want to thank all the viewers out there that do come in. Hope to see you Friday night.
And with that, good night, everybody. And since this was a night race, we will end it the way we started it, with a little fireworks. For Rick Hammond, I'm Chris Legue. Good night from Racing for a Cause TV.